everybody, it's the program. We're on TV once again, once a day, every day. Turn on the machines and live forever. Here we go, living forever. How many lifetimes is forever? One single lifetime. By forever, I mean a life. And what else is forever but from the beginning of your life to the end of your life? That's how you know. You know how long forever is? I do. It's that long, but you don't know how long you're going to live. What does it feel like to be a person? We're going to explore this and more today on the program. On this fine Friday, June 22nd, 2018, episode 2000. Hearing things. Episode 2834 G ampersand. Ampersand. You call it ampersand? Because that's what you could call it potentially if you wanted to. It's got its own like meaning in there. Why don't they just call it and? I guess it has its own name, but why is it so long? Ampersand. What came first, sounding fancy or being fancy? Like, is it a fancy word or is it like they're trying to like, or did they're like, oh, this is fancy words because they're old timey. Fancy. Seems like it is. It's like, oh, it's a fancy thing because it says ampersand. It's like, ooh, what is that? It's like, why is that so fancy seeming? Maybe only fancy people are going to use the thing. But it ended up there. And it's like no more things after that, but you can use less characters. You have a limit on characters. And it's combining two things together to like a list of things. Friday. Back around to Friday, it's the looks like fourth Friday. There's 5 Fridays this month. Wow. I guess many months. There's 5 Fridays. July, that's only 4. But 5 Sundays and stuff. I guess I think of weeks as 4 weeks long, but maybe they're 5. 4 in 2 days anyway. They don't line up. But it's hard to line up when there's 7. 7 is not even number, and it's a weird number. Like 7 days, every 7 days we go back to the beginning though. It's like, well, there's a week. What day of the week is it now, and which day are we living? Every day is a new day in the seasons, and in the months, and in the weeks. But who made the weeks? The week. Probably the strong made the weeks though. Was it Caesar, Julian's? How many times? I'm gonna write a book on days of the week. I already have, and just need to get somebody to write it down. I'm gonna go read all these things that I've been saying all this time. Write it down. I wrote a book. That's what the interns were supposed to do. Where's Bella the intern? Write down what I say one time. Right now, this is the book. You reading this book right now? Readers? Hello, readers. I'm going to start talking to the viewer. You know, hey, hello, viewers. You're the viewers right now on TV, and the listeners may be on the radio or on the audio. Hello, listeners. Readers, though. This is a book. I'm writing a book. I'll go back and get all this stuff, but then how many times would be like paragraphs, and what would be sentences, and they'd be real short paragraphs moving from ideas to ideas. Because thinking of it's supposed to be a paragraph is like one idea, completing your idea, and then moving on to the next idea. But I guess this is a paragraph about paragraphs itself, so it could count as being one instead of the sentences. You're reading these words. You're writing these words, interns. It'd be a lot of writing. I'm gonna have to get a court stenographer. They have that alternate keyboard where they type faster. What are we gonna do today? Maybe we're gonna look at some tape stuff. Maybe we'll look at the phones and see who's on the phone. But we'll examine and believe and think and stuff like that. You know, the regular stuff. The day-to-day things. Day-to-day actions of thinking and believing. I was out there today. The summer has started. Oh, it's the season. Well, I guess it must have been yesterday. I didn't even mention it. Was the season premiere of summer. So welcome to summer. If you didn't see yesterday, I wasn't talking about it. If you're watching this on the YouTube with the lists, we got the playlist going with every season. So we just completed another season. That was our second. Oh, was it our first? No, did we do fall? Spring. We did spring. So when winter started, oh, did we do winter too? I don't know if we started in winter. I think we started in the middle of winter, switching over, and then we did spring. And now we're into summer, so we completed maybe our first? Or was it our second entire season? I'll have to ask Freddie, the producer, about that. But we completed maybe one, maybe two complete new seasons when we're acknowledging that. I mean, we've completed how many seasons? There's four seasons a year, starting in fall, which we didn't complete, so we don't skip that. If we start in winter of 2008, no, 10. Oh, wow, okay. Winter 2010. Spring 2010. It's hard. Okay, winter 2010, spring 2010, summer 2010. And then winter. So we basically started in the first, we got 4 every year since 2010 up till 2018. So that's 4, that's 32 at the end of, so 2017, 28 into 2017, and then we did, that's starting with spring. Right, yeah, we're not doing winter, we're starting with spring as the first one into 2018, so that's another one, so it's 28, right? Yeah. 29. 29! That's not that many. It doesn't seem like that many. 29 seasons if we were doing this the whole time, but we're doing it a different way. So I think we're on season maybe 20, let's say 25 or something like that. Maybe we should just move over, and even though that we're talking about the seasons in the past in this way, that we can talk about them in the new way, this way. This season, though, is the summer, and it's going to be a doozy. It's happening though. I can feel the doozes they're doing. But it wasn't too bad today actually, or yesterday. The day before though, I thought it was just gonna get worse and worse until it was too much. But it got a little bit mellowed out. But it's just gonna go back, and now I'm lulled. You know, I don't have time to go buy a machine. I'm gonna go buy an AC unit, but every time I go out to try to buy an AC unit, I get lulled back into like complacency by the weather, which is probably good. Like how long? And then I'm like, well, it's gonna go away soon. You know, when I'm suffering in the heat, you know, light suffering, light. But I'm like, oh, maybe I should go get an AC unit, and that could like not be slightly, ever so slightly suffering, then I'm gonna go though, and maybe I should just embrace suffering. I think I was thinking about doing that also, and lie in the heat of the sun and say, I don't know, say, I was gonna say I deserve this, but that's negative, and just say I accept this. I accept this suffering, light suffering. I'm accepting this. This is something that happens. Or maybe you should go do something about it. But what are you gonna do? Just like get a AC unit, plug it in, and say, I am comfortable. I'm feeling comfort right now. I'm not embracing suffering, and maybe I don't have to this time. This time I can do something about it, and I can get into a colder place. Like, what if you're just gonna, if you're gonna have irreparable harm done to yourself? Like, I don't know, if it gets so hot that you have a problem, then you gotta do something about it. But it rarely gets like that, and especially at night. It's like by the time it's night, then it gets cooled down enough that you can live, and then you just gotta go back to the AC. So I guess any hours of the day when it's unbearably hot, I can just go into a establishment with AC, and then once night falls, I can come back into a place where the heat is survivable, at least. But I don't think it's gonna get too much of a problem. I'll probably be okay with it. Yeah, I'm more thinking about heat death. I don't think it's gonna. I could, die from the heat. But that's what everybody thinks before they die, probably, unless they are either on the deathbed, or I guess you have to be on your deathbed, or you have to know you are if you're planning on dying whenever you do your thing. But most of the time, you're not doing that. So if you die, I think there's probably more deaths, by accident than on purpose. And I'm counting natural causes as an accident. And you're like, this probably won't kill me. Whatever you're doing, driving to the store, but maybe you're just like sleeping in a really hot place, uncomfortably hot, but I guess it's not so uncomfortably hot that you're doing something about it, and you're just gonna lie there and be like, this is gonna happen. But if you're well hydrated and not in the direct sunlight, I think you'll be okay. And not in, how hot can it get at night? You gotta drink some water, though. I didn't bring my water here. That's something I'm not following my own advice today. I should go get I should go get those bigger gallons. Like, maybe if I get a bigger jug, because I get my water from the well over there, and I'm like, oh, maybe if I get a bigger jug, then I would never have to get water again. And that's not what happens. It's no matter how much water you have, eventually it goes out, and then it's like, oh, well, I got to go fill it up again. And you'll never have that time when you don't have to go fill it up, and maybe it's more, you can stir it off a little bit, but then your water gets kind of old, and I want to get newer water straight from the well more often. So maybe I should be going and getting like a half a gallon instead of a full gallon, because a gallon lasts like 3 days in the studio, because I'm only here for an hour at a time, so it lasts about 3 hours. Drink a third of a gallon of water an hour while saying all this stuff. So they go there and get maybe half a gallon, or even a third of a gallon, so that I'll have enough for the day. Maybe a half a gallon, and then maybe it'll push me to drink a little bit more water, which is always good. So I go get a half gallon instead of the full gallon. But maybe I should just go get a fresh gallon every day. That would be the right thing to do. But then it would, I don't know, that would take me an extra 10 minutes. But we could take that 10 minutes and add it up to where we're at. Put it on the show, the going of the getting of the water, and the calling the thing. It's got to get a walkie-talkie. That's what I get, and then mic up the walkie-talkie and be like, "Well, studio, here it is. Today I'm getting the water, and I think that you can hear what I'm saying. I'm talking into this walkie-talkie. I think it'll go far enough. Might be a good idea, and then it'll give something to do. But then I gotta walk and talk, and maybe I'll seem slightly deranged. But how are you gonna move forward with anything if you're not like maybe being slightly deranged every once in a while? I don't know. This thing is not all the way charging. It's only at 77% right now, but it should be at 100%. It's been charging for days. Maybe the deal is loose. It is charging though. I'm looking at this thing, see who's on the phones. Anybody got some messages? We got Mr. Gets You messages and Freddie, the producer. It's Freddie, the producer.
Hi, you've reached Freddie the Doubler. I can't come to the phone right now, but if you leave me a nice message, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks.
Thanks a lot. It's Freddie, the producer. Hey, you've reached Freddie Dobler. I can't come to the phone right now, but if you leave me a nice message, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks a lot. Here we go. Let's call Freddie back. I'm gonna say, hey, Freddie, how you do? It's Friday. How's our production in? What else was I? Oh, the getting the walkie-talkies, so I can go get some water. Whoa.
Hey, program.
Hey, Freddie, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Did you get my message?
Yeah, you've reached Freddie Dobler. I can't come to the phone right now, but if you leave me a nice message, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks a lot.
I've heard you've been saying that a lot.
Yeah.
I'm hearing that.
I say it every time the phone it's on the ringing. No.
Yeah, you think like, uh-oh, here it goes. It's about to get to the voicemail.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, it's a good voicemail. I wonder if the which one, like when it says your name, is that like your actual phone and the other one's like the Google phone?
I don't know which is which. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I can tell. Yeah, I saw something pretty crazy happen.
Uh-huh.
So it's been getting hot, and that usually means that there's also more bugs out, and there's been more flies flying around. Like there's been flies in my house, there's been flies at Madeline's house, there's been flies at my work. And I've been trying to kill them, and I'm trying to kill them out of the midair, and I've caught a couple of them. Like, one time I hit a fly with, like, a towel. I used a towel to, like, shoot it out of the air, you know, the way people would, like, snap towels at each other or something in, like, the hypothetical locker room. I don't think anyone ever did that, or that I even had a locker room. But, you know, the idea is that you snap the towel. Well, I snapped the towel and shot a fly out of the air. And then the crazy part was it was in the kitchen, and I shot the fly out of the air with the snapping towel, and it kind of like flew. It got shot up into the ceiling and then fell down on the floor, kind of in the corner. And I went over and looked at it, and it was like barely moving. So I just left it there. Whoa. And then when I looked back in like 2 minutes, there was something moving over there, and I like went and looked closer, and it was this tiny spider. Ooh. Like a spider that was way too small to have ever eaten a fly this big on its own, because the house flies are really big. They've gotten really thick and fat. And this spider was so tiny compared to this fly, but it was like starting to wrap up this fly and eat it. And it was like, wow, I got the biggest fly, biggest meal. Like, there's no way this spider could ever have caught this fly before.
Wow.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool. I felt good about giving that spider a big meal.
Yeah, and it was like alive, maybe.
Yeah, I think it was still alive, pretty close to being alive. It was probably like stunned, or I don't know, knocked unconscious. I feel like when you have an open circulatory system, I don't know, it's hard to know what kind of consciousness flies have in the first place. But
I wonder if it was baby spider.
Mm-hmm. Gonna grow big and strong now.
Yeah. What do they eat? The baby spiders.
Like gnats, probably. Gnats looked like they were about the right size for the spider to eat.
Oh yeah. There's whole levels. Is there like one level down from those gnats that we can't even see?
Like mites or something?
Oh yeah, mites.
Yeah, like maybe they eat mites.
They're not flying though.
Or maybe they eat like particles of dust.
Yeah. There's like animals all the way down.
Yeah.
Until
living things.
Bacterias or something.
Then all the way up.
They're living in different dimensions.
Whoa, different dimensions.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah, like scale, dimensions. Scale
Yeah.
is a dimension.
Yeah.
I like dimensions of scale.
Yeah.
That's good. Hey, it's the summer 2018 season now.
Yeah, yesterday was the premiere.
Mm-hmm.
I think did we complete winter season, or did we start in spring season doing the whole thing, or did we start in the middle of the winter?
I think we started in winter, so we've done 2 complete seasons.
2?
2.
But we started if we started in the winter, we didn't complete that one, right?
We started winter because remember we had the non-season or whatever. I don't know what we called it.
Yeah.
But that was before winter, because winter.
Oh, it was.
You know, like what we consider winter kind of starts later in the year. Like it starts
Yeah.
in December or something. It starts on the equinox. We have gone one whole half year though since we started doing the seasons, because it happens on the shortest day of the year and the longest day of the year, and that's winter and summer.
Oh yeah, that's good. Now the sun. We've completed the sun. Oh, when it's. That seems like it's all time. Oh, then it's gonna go back, and now we're gonna go from the longest to the shortest again.
Yeah, the equinoxes are like where it's equal, I guess, or close to it.
Yeah, that's good. It feels better to be doing the seasons this way.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it really does.
Yeah. So it was a good season. Spring season, you know. What happened in the beginning of spring?
Season?
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, I feel like, what was the major theme of the spring? I feel like there was fear of moving or something, or maybe that still is. You know, I feel like what happened in the spring season was renovations on the building we live in begins.
Yeah, the whole changing of the building. It's completed now, and now there's no trees right for the summer.
Yeah, that is pretty weird. I kind of I didn't really realize it until I was bicycling on the concrete itself, but there's not even any spot for any trees at all.
Yeah.
A friend of mine who works in the city government said that they heard that they got the trees out of there not just because they're messing up the sidewalk, but they were growing into the sewer too.
Oh, yeah.
But still, it seems weird that you would just get rid of the trees entirely and not even plant new ones. That sucks.
Yeah, because they're going to grow into the sewer in 100 years or something.
Yeah, maybe they should get trees that aren't going to do that. I don't know. Maybe there isn't trees that won't do that.
Less rooted trees, maybe shrubs.
Yeah, nice shrubbery.
Yeah. I would like the trees, though. I think it's going to get, well, it already is getting kind of hot in here.
The studio looks really good.
Yeah. How's
the good production in?
Yeah, how's the production going?
It's going good. We're, I'm not going to be professionally working at TCTV anymore, so I got to make sure I'm making at least a weekly separate time to go over to TCTV to turn in daily hour episodes. But I think that's a good thing to do anyway.
Maybe
so I'm going to start.
Maybe we should go back even further and go a month on TCTV.
Yeah, you've said that before.
Because then you would only have to go once a month.
I feel like it's going to be easier to remember going once a week than once a month, because already the 2 a.m. I sometimes have a harder time with it, and I just have every episode of 2 a.m. all the time. It's just I forget what I've turned in by.
Yeah.
Maybe we should try it out. I mean, there's no real reason to change unless it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
I've been watching the most recent episodes, and I saw Lisa called.
Lisa called, to ask me to babysit the dog. I was like, Lisa, I haven't seen. Can you help me with things? Even though it's watching the dog.
Yeah. I wonder if we can find somebody to do that house sitting, dog watching thing. That seems like it's a pretty good time, maybe, kind of.
If you could get in there, you get free rent right in the middle of Seattle, which is probably not cheap.
Yeah. If you want to be in Seattle.
Lisa said that Charlie has been humping extra.
Yeah, I wonder what does that when you get older, humping more.
Yeah.
I had a dog that they would hump like stuffed animals and stuff. And like you'd always want them not to do that, but they would always do it when company is over there. Like, oh no, don't hump the things, but like really, on the day-to-day you're not like supposed to stop them from doing that, I guess. Maybe because it's just like gonna make them repressed.
Makes them repressed?
Yeah, they're gonna get sexually repressed.
they wanna hump the things. Gotta get them. I don't know, just like their like a pinball, a pinball machine for dog sized, and then get him to hump that thing.
Oh, and then it'll look like he's playing pinball.
Yeah.
Tilt.
Yeah, just goes to play pinball.
He loves that pinball machine. Well, maybe there just needs to be a room. That's kind of the thing. The animals don't really understand, that maybe certain things aren't out for public,
Yeah.
Like, they want to hide, they want to be non-public for, like, things where they're, like, sleeping because they're worried about danger in nature or something like that. But, sex acts or defecation, those things they don't really feel the same shame that humans do about them.
I heard that they want you to be there because they're when they're defecating because of danger.
Oh yeah.
So they look at you.
Yeah. You got my back. I'm pooping.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm that's kind of an interesting thing. Like the animals will like go be private for different things than the stuff we want them to be private for. So.
Get some decency, yeah. So I'm going to send somebody over there. I don't know what's going to go when she's doing that thing, but send somebody over there.
Oh, yeah. What's Mr. Ginsey doing, too? I was listening to a lot of the episodes. They're kind of all blurring together, but I was working on some drawing stuff and listening to the show. Been good. It's been really good show lately. Been learning a lot of things. I learned about the killers.
Oh yeah, like killers. I watched a lot of those documentaries. Me and my brother did.
Yeah, Mr. Ginsu is not doing the box punching job. He's cutting things.
Yeah, he was cutting things, and it hurt his shoulders. I'm not sure.
Why is he?
Yeah.
He's so. I don't quite understand why Mr. Ginsu is always so like. Why is he trying to be so guarded about everything? He doesn't say what he's doing. He's like hinting at it and like seems to try to keep it a secret for some reason.
He likes his secrets. I'm not sure what he's doing. We think he might be working at a jail.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He did drive his coworker home, him and his coworker, and they seemed pretty concerned about, but they didn't want to get caught by the cops when that road rage lady was calling him. Like, oh yeah, what the heck? They're calling the cops.
She called the cops on him because of road rage, but I'm not sure that she did, because he said that she did, but he never saw the police, and he doesn't know who she was on the phone with.
That's true. He doesn't know. But the whole thing is that, like, in my mind, you know, I guess, is there some connection to the jail and to the cops? Like, do the cops know the jail people who work at the jail? You know, I guess maybe you shouldn't get any special treatment just for knowing the police.
Yeah.
But,
I don't know.
He did sort of say, like, oh, but then they looked up my license plate, and they're like, oh, we're not going to mess with him. I don't think any of that's true.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to figure out what he's doing. Because I don't remember why I think he works at the jail. You kind of told me that. I heard that secondhand, not like from an actual call.
I'm not sure why either, no. But yeah. I wonder if the police think about the jail, you know, they're going to go to try to catch somebody. But it's like, oh, hey, we caught them, and now they're going to go to jail. Like, are they...
Yeah.
Are they thinking about the jail part, or they're just like, they should be forced to go to jail, or not like, not be like incarcerated, right, but just like to spend like a few days in the jail, like just you can maybe with the warden.
Like the dog chasing the mailman type thing. It's like, what are you going to do when you catch him?
Yeah. But,
man, jail's pretty messed up. I just watched a documentary about this guy who was pretty much seemed like wrongfully convicted of murder and spent 8 years in prison and eventually had to do this thing where he
staircase.
Managed to,
staircase.
What's that?
The staircase?
Oh, yeah.
I'm in the middle of it. Don't ruin it. Spoilers.
Oh, whoa. Shit. Okay.
Well, I already got that far. I've gotten as far as you've said. But
good, yeah.
The next thing you were about to say, that's where I don't know.
It's making me freaked out about the justice system.
Yeah, it's not perfect.
It doesn't seem just or something. I mean, just the simple fact that it costs so much money. It just seems like,
yeah.
It's been hammering home the idea that, like, I mean, even if someone's trying to like get you and you're innocent, you still need like tons of money to like say I'm innocent, even though you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. It's like, and the both sides are always like convincing tricks, and they want to win. They don't care about what's true. They want to win. So,
yeah.
I don't know. Hopefully it's not exactly like that in everything, but it probably is. At least with lawyers, I bet lawyers don't really care what's true, and they want to win.
They're not. They're supposed to like not be allowed to care or something.
About the truth?
About the truth, yeah. They gotta fight their case.
Yeah, that's weird. What a strange system we have.
Yeah, and you gotta do. But they all get the money. Yeah, they get the money, and either way, you gotta pay people to have the things, and you can commit crimes. You can. That's how, if you have enough money.
Yeah, it's true.
But then why would you? Oh, yeah, what kind of? You're just further exploitive. It's flawed. Yeah. The jail system and where all the money. Yeah, all the money. I want some of that money. The jail money.
Yeah, they spend millions and millions of dollars on the jail.
Yeah.
And like keeping people out of jail and like paying lawyers. It's like, where's that money go? I guess the lawyers.
Yeah, the government lawyers.
Or yeah, like the defense, or no, the prosecution in the staircase case, and like in I guess anything where it's like the state versus whatever. Maybe it's even like all criminal stuff. It's like the state versus a lawyer, and the state's spending a lot of money, and that's your tax money.
Yeah, that's the government. The whole jail is the government, and they're out there. So yeah, I think it's like, are the police the government? I had that thought recently too. I think they're kind of the government.
They are definitely the government, right? I mean, I think they are. They're city employees, perhaps. They're definitely not like a private thing, and they're definitely not like a non-profit. I think they must be a government agency for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because there's like a state version and there's like a city version. You know what I really have been realizing? I went on this shoot today at TCTV, probably my last shoot at TCTV in like a field shoot type situation, but it was for this thing called Thurston County Connection. It's a pretty cool show where you go out with one of the commissioners, and they like talk to different people about different things. And this one was about the parks. But the county is so much cooler than any of the cities or the state. You know, the county is like the right level. It's such a cool level of government. They don't have police. They like have cool parks that are all free, and they don't like have that many employees, but they're like doing a lot of really good stuff. So I'm pretty into the county right now.
Where is the county offices located?
They're kind of down. They're on exit 99, kind of like on the way to Miller, Sylvania. It's like out by the Olympia Airport.
Oh, is it called is there a Tumwater Airport and Olympia Airport?
Oh, I don't know. It's the same thing, I think. Tumwater Airport.
I think it's the Tumwater. Do they call it the Tumwater Airport, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe?
That's right.
Isn't that like the title of it? It's definitely... Is it Tumwater? The lines are pretty crossed, but it's definitely Thurston County.
It's pretty confusing in that area. That area is really weird because it's really where, like, Lacey, Olympia, and Tumwater all intersect a little bit.
Yeah.
Like out by Yelm Highway, you know, which is funny because it's called Yelm Highway, but really it's just like Olympia, Lacey, and Tumwater all like got their thumbs in that little zone right there.
Yeah. It's definitely not Yelm.
No, not Yelm.
Yeah. It goes to Yelm though. Whoa.
Yeah. It does. Oh man, and they're gonna be turning the there's like, I didn't really realize this. I've been using a lot of those trails, like the trails thing where they take an old railroad grade and turn it into like bike trails and pedestrian trails and stuff, like the Chehalis Western.
Uh-huh.
Well, they're trying to continue the network and grow it more and more and more so that it'll connect all over the place. So like, there's a trail that's over by Evergreen, and they're trying to connect that like out to the Olympics. Or Capitol Forest, I guess, not Olympics, the Capitol Forest, and then back into downtown. Wow. And then they're like connecting all these other things so that there's just going to be like long scale pedestrian paths like all the way through, so you can just like bike on good safe paths for like the entirety of the city, or like, you know, just like a really longer than the cities, like connecting the cities and like working together different cities to connect their individual little like bike paths.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
All the cities have to work together. It's not the county.
Well, I guess the county's helping it. So this is all county projects because it's like they're trying to like work to get the cities to work together under the umbrella of the county, I guess. But the cities are the ones that are having to maintain the trails. But they're like being like, connect them to these trails. Like, we're the county helping you do that. I'm not sure.
They should. We should be connected. It's like New York at this point.
Yeah.
We should change the names of the cities to boroughs instead of cities, and then we can just it's like then we can say that we live in this giant place.
Yeah, that's right. Because New York is just like 5 cities that have grown so much that they're all one now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we're such a huge city, but that's just area and claiming it. So they're like, we're the biggest city in the world, and it's like, why? What? Security guards?
Like, shouldn't you just be like a state or something, or like many different cities?
Okay, go shut it.
Who's that?
They called the police? They said that somebody broke in? Are they down there? The security guards? Somebody walked in and said the security guards are calling the police.
Who? For why?
I don't know what's going on. The building people are moving around. I don't know what's going on. They're coming back. I'll get the details.
Oh, man.
It's like...
That's weird.
You just declare there are things that aren't real, but they're declared real, and then they're the biggest.
Yeah, we have security guards now. Is that what you're talking about?
We got security guards in the building?
I don't know. There was an email from the new the guy. He said, like, the guy who owns the building, he said something like, we're doing this thing, with other, I don't know, local businesses or whatever to share a security guard or something.
Uh-huh.
So, I don't know. I guess there's a security guard.
Does he know? I want to talk to him.
To that time when I left the cardboard in that other room and they thought there was, like, transients getting in there. Because I don't really think anyone ever has, like, snuck into the building. I wonder if it all goes back to that.
I want to meet the security guard and get them on the program. They would have come on?
Oh, yeah, he's got to come on the show.
Yeah. He's, well, you got to get on the mic. Here, somebody's talking. I can't.
Is that Kayla?
Here. Yeah, Kayla's here.
Hey.
What? Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, the security guards were just worried because they thought that someone, like, broke in or, like, homeless people were, like, in the building. And they were really nice.
Because of the program? They were worried because of the program activity?
Oh, no. It's just like the door was, like, open, and so they didn't know what was going on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're looking for something because that's their job. They're like, is someone breaking in? I wonder if someone's breaking in. It's my job to stop that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
The doors are messed up. They're always opening. They said they fixed them, but sometimes when you close the door, they don't just close good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to watch out for that.
But the guy, he noticed.
Push the thing in.
He noticed it somehow?
Well, they were, like, standing there, like, we noticed that the door was open, so they're like, we made a phone call.
To the police?
Yeah, they were like, I think we called the cops to make sure that everything's, like, or they called someone.
Oh, yeah.
They were like, we made a phone call, and we're just making sure that no one, like, broke into the building.
What's their dress style? I
thought it was funny, though. I asked them, I was like, do you guys want to come in and, like, check it out? And they were like, no, it's okay. They wouldn't come in.
They don't even know you. Maybe you're the thief.
I know, they thought I was. They were like, what's your name? And I was like,
can I see some identification?
That's none of your business. Yeah. I don't have to answer that question.
Yeah. What kind of do they have badges?
No, they have yellow vests on, so no one hits them.
Was it the city people?
Yeah, it's like the city people.
No, really? I don't like those city people.
I like them. Why do you not like them?
I don't think that we should pay them.
I think
What,
it's
the
a good
downtown
thing.
ambassadors?
Yeah.
I like it.
You like the downtown ambassadors?
I do. It makes me feel safe when I'm downtown.
I guess that's what they want. But they're not doing anything.
Maybe not you, but like for me, I like it.
They're just paying them for nothing.
I mean, they're cleaning up poop and stuff. I think that's probably a good thing to pay them for.
Yeah. Oh, is it like they call them ambassadors, but really they're cleanuppers?
Yeah, they're cleaner-uppers, and then they also, like, I guess businesses call them if there's, like, someone who, they're like, this person is really being a problem, and they, like, come in and do something. I don't know.
That's what the police are for.
I know, it's just, like, another level of authority where it's like, we don't want to have to do this, but we don't want to call the police. No one wants to call the police because the police are, like...
Yeah. It's like they're
handed or something.
They're doing a good thing, but maybe it's indicative of a bigger problem. And the city is like hiring these people to walk around with vests when it's supposed to be the things we already have implemented. We should be using those things and not like creating an entirely new system. Instead of we should be fixing our old system.
That's true.
Like, what about the police? That's what the police are for. Why do we have the regular police and then we have like the street police who are smaller?
Because it just makes you feel safer.
That's what the police are for.
The police don't make me feel safe.
Yeah, but they're supposed to.
They're not the police, though. They're just like normal
guys. But they are the police.
They're not the police.
They're the fake police. They're the city police.
They're nice guys.
It should be the police, though. They should fix the police instead of having these people. And the police should pick up the human shit off the ground, too.
They're like there to just be like, we're making sure everyone's like safe. They don't, it's just...
And they give directions, I think, to people from out of town who don't know how to get around.
Yeah, I think it's
and like make recommendations.
I want people to deal with their own problems.
It's like the night guards, They're like night guards. They're like.
I want people who are from out of town to struggle. It's part of the. That's how you get.
You just want to be cruel.
That's how you learn a place. If you just go.
Cruel.
No, by struggling. You need a little bit of struggle. I was talking about embracing struggling and suffering a little bit earlier. And if you just go to a place and everything is handed to you, I guess it already is on the phones. Isn't the phones enough to be handed to you? Like everything is handed to you. How are you ever gonna like move forward and everything is handed to you? You need to embrace struggling and suffering a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. But we don't give enough. I mean, people are not used to suffering at all anymore. Maybe.
Yeah.
But
I'm
then
not.
there's also a lot of people who are suffering all the time. So it's like, you know,
Yeah.
maybe a little suffering helps understand people.
All right. Well, hey, Freddie, we got 8
All right.
minutes left.
Bye.
I gotta make some more phone calls. Thanks for talking to us today.
Yeah, thanks for calling. Talk
Okay.
to you later.
All right, bye.
Bye. Suffering. Everyone should suffer.
Well, when you say it like that, it's a little bit.
So I feel like you're saying it.
No, well, it's your own.
People shouldn't have.
People shouldn't suffer, but people do. They do suffer, and maybe you're moving too forward to like negate all of it, and it happens, and then you should accept that sometimes, and you don't have to like. It's like I was talking about air conditioning earlier, and I was like, should I get an air conditioner or should I just lie in the heat a little bit and just deal, and then later on I won't have it, and I don't need to be 100% comfortable my entire life.
Hi, Kenny.
Hi, Grandma. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Good. Where's Andrew? How are?
No, still Andrew not come back yet.
He's still at work, huh?
Yeah. No, he finished work at 10 o'clock.
Oh yeah. Well, he's on transit then.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
So he's not home yet.
Yeah. You watching TV?
Yeah, I'm watching TV. Just enough weather.
How's your air conditioning?
Huh?
Is your air conditioning still on?
Yeah.
Did it? You never did it turn off by itself at night though when it gets colder?
What do you say again? This is talk slow, too fast. Just I don't understand what you say.
How is the air conditioning working?
Air conditioning just good working.
Is it
really good.
Is it turn off?
My house is cooler. Yeah.
Good. All right.
Nice, comfortable.
But it's never too cold, right? At night?
Nighttime, I turn off.
You turn it off? You learn how to do it?
Yeah. Andrew's going to do it, turn off.
Andrew's doing it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah.
Did you remember to take your medication today?
I did.
Okay, good.
Yeah, somebody told me to take it.
Yeah,
so
good.
I did.
Andrew probably.
Yeah.
All
so
right.
thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay.
So, how you been doing?
I'm good. Everything's fine.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I don't have.
Where are
I
you?
decided.
Just Olympia?
Yeah, I'm downtown.
Downtown Olympia, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then just see you, what, today, what day today?
Today is Friday. I'm going to see you on Sunday in 2 days.
Oh, today Friday, huh?
Friday, yeah.
Oh, tomorrow Saturday. So
Saturday.
See you Sunday then.
Today's
you.
Friday, yeah. Saturday, then Sunday. I'm going to be there. It's in 2 days.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to see you.
Yeah, me too. Okay, thanks. Okay, bye.
Okay, then see you. Bye-bye.
I was Grandma. Grandma took her medication today.
Every day.
Yeah.
Call her. She'll take it if you call her.
That's good.
It's good to remind people, right?
It's good. That's why.
You're like the reminder now. Could have a TV show reminding people.
Yeah. Anybody else want a reminder? I'll call you every day.
Wait, that's actually a good idea.
Yeah. Uh-oh, what's going on? Uh-oh, who's it calling?
Grandma.
Oh, no, it's calling Bird.
How about Grandpa?
I hung it up.
Have a spaghetti party.
Yeah, well, we're going to. That was in the past. Grandfather is dead.
My future. Both of them?
Both of them, yeah.
So you only have one grandma?
Grandma's the only one left alive, yeah.
Did you ever meet your great-great-grandparents?
Great.
Just great.
Great. I met
great.
single great, not great.
Okay.
Did you meet great?
Yeah, mine are still alive.
What? Great?
My great, no, just one single. Just one great is alive.
I don't think most people don't get to meet great.
Yeah,
It's
that's
very
pretty
rare, but I seen it on somewhere, like, because all the kids have kids at like 20, so the great is like 80 or something.
Also, kids. I mean, people used to have babies at like 14. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, maybe there
Like,
were all the kids. They all had kids at like maybe 17 or 18 or something, and then they could definitely see their great.
Like my grandma, my actual grandma got married at 13. And they actually stopped going to school in like first grade.
Hey, we're gonna record a message to the future. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, future, it's us, the past. What do you have to say to the future?
I hope I have healthy kidneys.
It's Friday. Bye, future.
Bye.
All right. Well, we're getting down to it. We only have about 4 minutes left today. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh, real good. When was the last time you were here?
What? A week ago?
You see anything out there on the streets in the last week? It's Friday.
No, not that much.
That was earlier today. Here's Thursday. Ooh, it's bright on Thursday. I think it was in the morning. Wednesday with Bird. Tuesday, we'll look at this many. Well, actually, I don't know if we have time for all these. We're going to look at one starting from Wednesday. Future, it's us, the past. What do you have to say to the future?
Hang in there.
Hang in
Hopefully
there.
You're still there. And
Are you hanging in there?
Barely.
Just barely. Whoa, this is
Dear God.
gonna be what is
All
it called?
right, bye,
Epilepsy?
future. It's
What?
Wednesday.
I don't know.
You think you're worried about epilepsy?
My eyes.
Hey, future, it's us, the past.
Hey, future.
What do you?
I'm really anxious.
Yeah, Yellowfell's not drinking.
I'm anxious.
You're anxious.
Bye.
Yellowfell's anxious. Summertime. You think you like it, but you're heightened. The past. What do you have to say to the future?
I hope I have healthy kidneys.
It's
I hear that
Friday. Bye, future.
Bye.
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 Well,
Wait, do we water the plant?
I haven't watered it today.
Water. The water. Plant's gonna die.
The plant's gonna die.
No water.
You think it's gonna die though?
Oh, it's gonna look yellow.
Look, you're dancing. See?
I'm dancing yet. Still dancing.
Oh, you don't need to actually dance. The plant. Oh, the water. I saw some water on the stairwell. If you want to get it, if you want to feed the plant or water the plant anyway. Well, it looks like we made it through the episode of the program without losing consciousness or dying. We only have about a minute left. Maybe I'm being a little bit presumptuous about the whole not losing consciousness or dying thing. It's still possible. It's on the stairs, like towards the bottom. You want to? I think it's towards the bottom of the stairs on the right. Maybe the security guards took it. What are the security in the building? I don't need security. What? They're not. What the? The security guards are messing with stuff. How's my bike? I gotta lock my bike up from the security guards because before there was nobody in here.
They're
I think.
gonna help you. They're not gonna steal your
Don't you think
fucking
that
bike.
nobody is better than somebody?
No,
like-
I think somebody's better.
But
than
it was
nobody.
nobody before.
Nobody.
It was
It's
not
so
even.
crazy.
It wasn't even Steelers.
Some buddies are fine, and healthy, healthy and fine. Losing my mind.
It's the end of the show. Thanks for watching, everybody. It's Friday. We're on TCTV channel 22 at 11:30 and 2 a.m. at 11:30 on YDHWM.com. Six, 3, 4, call and leave a message. Get on TV. 109 State Avenue number 3. Check it out. Graham, it's a good song. Thank you. TCTV, La Bebe, Jordan E, Fabulous, Graham, StopTheSpot.com, John Webster, Thurston County, Washington State, USA. Thank you, and viewers. That's who you're watching. Thank you. Hell yeah, dog. Bye.